the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. That was the moment at which World War I largely came to an end in 1918. One of the most tragically senseless and destructive periods in all of history came to a close with this armistice after fighting that raged for more than 4 years since August 1914. The date of November 11th became a national holiday of remembrance, a day to commemorate the loss of so many lives in the war. And in the United States, President Wilson proclaimed the first Armistice Day on November 11th, 1919. In 1938, November 11th became an official national holiday, and in 1954, the name was changed to Veterans Day to honor all American veterans. We at Cumberland Academy take this day to commemorate the brave, loyal, and selfless American military men and women and their families for giving us the opportunity to live freely in this great country. We honor the duty, sacrifice, and service of America's nearly 25 million veterans of all wars.
I, me, an individual, a committee of one, pledge, dedicate all my worldly good to give without self-pity, allegiance, my love and devotion, to the flag, our standard, Old Glory, a symbol of freedom, and wherever she waves there is respect, because your loyalty has given her a dignity that shouts freedom is everybody's job. Of the united, that means we have all come together, states, individual communities that have united into 48 great states, 48 individual communities with pride and dignity and purpose, all divided by imaginary boundaries, yet united to a common cause, and that's love of country, of America. And to the Republic, a republic, a sovereign state in which power is invested to the representatives chosen by the people to govern, and the government is the people, and it's from the people to the leaders, not from the leaders to the people, for which it stands, one nation, meaning so blessed by God, indivisible, incapable of being divided, with liberty, which is freedom, the right of power for one to live his own life without fear, threats, or any sort of retaliation, and justice, the principle and qualities of dealing fairly with others. For all. For all. That means, boys and girls, it's as much your country as it is mine. Now let's recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. He said, "Since I was a small boy, 2 states have been added to our country, and 2 words have been added to the Pledge of Allegiance, under God." It has been many years since he spoke these words on stage, but years cannot erase the power and passion behind his words.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose the stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
When 9/11 happened, my mom and dad both agreed they did not want to bring another child into this world because the future had become so uncertain. But little did they know I was already on the way. And when my mom learned that she was pregnant, she and my dad both agreed that they wanted to name me Libby because my grandmother was so in love with that name. But soon after my birth, however, They renamed me Liberty because it stood for freedom. And they thought, with the threats made on the United States, that our freedom was something worth celebrating. And throughout the years, I've thought a lot about the liberties we enjoy and the men and women that have fought and died to preserve those liberties for us. And I've come to the conclusion that liberty doesn't mean the freedom to do what you want, but the freedom to do what you ought. And I've come to the result that I hope that as a generation, we can stand up with courage and raise the standards that you veterans have already raised for us with your sacrifices to America. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your service.
Honoring the sacrifices many have made for our country in the name of freedom and democracy is the very foundation of Veterans Day. The veterans of our military services throughout our nation have put their lives on the line to protect the freedoms that we enjoy. They and their families have dedicated their lives to this great nation, and the Cumberland Academy community is honored to celebrate our veterans and active military and to remember their achievements, their courage, and their dedication, to recognize their sacrifices.
Dear Mom and Dad, I can't tell you where I am, but I am alive and healthy. I'm sorry that I could not write to you for a while. I have bombed communication networks, oil storages, and weapon factories. Every time that I go in the air, I question whether I will come back alive. It is hard to keep going every time one of my friends is badly injured or have lost their lives. I remember the times when I was able to joke around with my friends without care in the world. But now I have more responsibility, like flying with my co-pilots and keeping them safe. I fear getting shot down behind enemy lines. I won't be able to write to you for a long time because I am so busy. I'm scared all the time and I'm homesick every day that goes by. But I am proud to be an American and to serve my great nation. Knowing that I am protecting you and the American people and helping to preserve our freedom keeps me going. I smile when I think about riding the other plane that will take me back home. I think about you home every day and pray that I will come back safely. Love, your son, Stephen.
March 13, 1944. Dearest Mom, received your wire this morning. I wanted to call you so badly, but had no chance to get ashore. Received a letter from Chuck dated February 21st, but of course it didn't contain anything but confidence. So if he has that much faith and confidence in the Lord, well, Mom, I've got more confidence and hope that he is okay and that you'll hear from him before you do from me. Here's an article the lieutenant just posted. It's titled, "What is a Sailor?" Thought it was good, so thought I'd send it to you. A sailor is someone who worked too hard, gets little sleep, takes verbal abuse no civilian would take, does every imaginable kind of job at every imaginable hour, never seems to get paid, never knows where he's going or if he's coming back, can seldom tell where he's been, accepts the worst with complete resignation, and last but not least, he kinda likes it. You know why? When you're dog-tired, been up since 4 a.m., working hard all day and about to hit your sack at 8 p.m., a voice shouts, "Turn 2" on a work detail. Then you unload the ship's cargo full of perishable refrigerated foods. You're ready to die by 2 a.m., but the job must be finished before dawn. Soon, you don't care if you live or die. And suddenly, you're a sailor. It's over, and you did it, and you think of all the people you know and how they would react under the circumstances, and you begin to grin. You grin because you ain't scared of nothing, and it's a fact that there is no ordeal you can't face, and you know it. If we ever get another one of those pictures, say one for me. I'm writing this at sea. Hope you get it soon. Let me know as soon as you hear from Chuck. His letters to me are pretty far between. Your loving son, Johns.
My dearest one, yesterday I stood looking across a scene of vast grayness. Waves were softly caressing my feet, while a calm tide lapped over my toes in a gentle rhythm. I imagined your sight of that same grayness, feeling that same cold salt spray in a different view of the world. My heart yearns for your return. I can only imagine your experiences in our hope for humanity. The seagull songs and your children's laughter were carried by a peaceful, gentle breeze. What do you hear? Is it the rumble of helicopters full of anxious young men leaving the deck to destroy the enemy? I saw people unaware of my patriot's purpose and sacrifice to sustain our daily lives of freedom in America. I peered at blue skies. What do you see? I can only imagine. The smell of salty air and hot dogs on the boardwalk was disturbed by what you smell. Smoke, fuel, fear, and frustration. I could only speculate with dread covering my heart. My loneliness is shrouded with a fearful hope of your return. Your arms around me, cultivating that sense of pride I feel when I understand our sacrifices we are both making for our America. Your sacrifice is my sacrifice for all future sons and daughters. Time is ticking away. I yearn to walk on this same sand with you, on this same beach. The gentle waves lapping our feet, listening to the seagulls chatter, and our children's laughter. I do imagine, with all my heart, your soulmate.
The service members we honor today come from all walks of life, but they share several fundamental qualities. They possess courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty, and integrity, all the qualities needed to serve a cause larger than oneself.
When I think back on these times and the dreams we left behind, I'll be glad 'cause I was blessed.
Dear Dad, I don't know when you'll get this, or even if you'll get this, but I'm writing it anyway. My friend asked me to ask you if you could come over to hang out, and I told him I couldn't because you were in Vietnam. I don't talk about it much because it makes me scared. I hear of different battles and skirmishes, and even though I don't know where in Vietnam you are, I picture you leading men and women into battle to protect the people of South Vietnam. Every night I go outside and look at the moon, wondering if you're looking at it too. I miss you more than you can imagine, and I fear for your safety. Mostly though, I feel pride. I feel pride because I know that you are putting your life on the line for the lives of people that you've never met. I try to be as selfless as you, but I can't think of anything that can compare to your sacrifice. I love you, and I can't wait for the day that we can play catch in the backyard again. Love, Sam.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having an auspicious day today. My name is Carla Bermudez, and I'm a proud senior here at Cumberland Academy High School. 2 weeks ago, I was asked to compose a speech to honor our veterans. When I first started drafting and compiling different ideas on how to properly express my gratitude, I was stumped. I realized very quickly that there are not enough words in the English language that can ever express our eternal gratitude for your service. But alas, if I have to sum it up, I would like to thank you all for being heroes. It is fascinating to me that such a simple word as hero can have many diverse portrayals. The heroes we see today are portrayed with a mask and a cape, venturing off into the unknown. But when you ponder over the matter, when you look at the details of what a hero encompasses, it is evident that the essence of a hero is a textbook definition of a veteran. Choosing to join the military, choosing to take action in a perilous situation of any kind, shows true nobility, courage, and selflessness. Nobility in the fact that you all stayed true to your position and your country. Courage when at times you were tasked with the unimaginable. And selflessness, by leaving the comforts of your own home, crossing that threshold into new territory, and facing danger for the safety of others. Those are traits many aspire to have. Others search to attain them their whole life. But you are some of the few people who are blessed to have them come naturally. So all in all, I would like to thank you for being noble, for showing courage, for protecting us, for shaping a better future, for being true heroes, not with a cape or with fancy spandex, but by being honorable men and women. I know you may hear this a lot, but I, for one, am eternally thankful for your service.
We at Cumberland Academy are proud to have so many veterans in our midst. At this time, we would like to honor our faculty, staff, employees, and board members who are veterans. Thank you for your service to our great country. To all the veterans watching our tribute today, we appreciate your service and for ensuring the freedoms we enjoy every day. You have given our country your life, time, energy, and love. We thank each of you from the bottom of our hearts. We can never repay you for your service and all the sacrifices you and your families have made on our behalf, but our hope is that in some small way you have felt loved, respected, and appreciated by all of us at Cumberland today. Likewise, our thoughts and prayers go with you always as the armed forces of the United States of America continue to protect our great nation in the pursuit of peace. Thank you.